How many times on average do you adjust your ponytail or fix your top during your yoga practice? Or how many times do you pick up your phone intending to send an email or a productive task, and before you know it, it's 25 minutes and you are stuck in an Instagram scroll fest? Or finally, how many times do you walk into a room and totally forget what you went in there for? Yep, you recognize what I'm talking about? Well, these are all signs of a distracted mind. But don't worry, I'm not blaming you, there's no judgment. We live in a society that is grabbing our attention, and it is promoting short attention span more and more and more. So today's practice is going to give you the experience and feeling of discipline. And we're going to do that through the drishti, the gaze point. This is one of the most incredible tools for discipline that I found, because we are concentrating the gaze and of course the mind in a single pointed direction, ekagra chitta in Sanskrit. So I hope you enjoy the practice, and I'm so excited for you to start to cultivate that discipline. Feel free to use this video again and again whenever you need that boost of discipline. Enjoy. All right, so we're going to start by getting ourselves into a toe squat. So bringing yourself onto all fours and then tucking all 10 toes underneath, and then starting to walk the weight back. If this is enough, stay here. Ooh, there's a bee right around my fingers. Otherwise, you can start to slowly take the weight out of your hands and put it more and more onto the toes. And if you're familiar with this, then maybe you can come all the way up here. We're going to be here for a little while, and we're going to straight away bring in our discipline with the drishti. So reaching the hands out in front of you and resting your drishti, your gaze focus, on your thumbs. Long, deep breaths here. Breathing through the intense sensations that are creeping up in the soles of the feet and the toes. Inhale to lift the hands up above you, separating the hands, lift the drishti. Last breath here, resist the urge to fidget. And exhale as you release, tapping out the tops of the feet, keeping your drishti on a fixed point just above the mat. And then sitting back onto the heels, this time inhale to lift the arms and begin to flash the fingers and thumbs as quickly and as powerfully as you can. And if you like to join me with a little bit of face yoga, then stretching the face, the jaw, eyebrow center, and then resting your drishti straight ahead of you. And exhale to release. Circling your head and neck, side to side. Inhale to one side, exhaling to the center. And then coming back to the middle, placing your hands down in front of you, walk the knees back. Tucking the toes under, take a breath in. And exhale as you press yourself up into downward facing dog. Press yourself up into the posture and then resist the urge to fidget. Instead, focusing your drishti between your knees or towards your navel, and breathing steadily. From here, inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to ground them down again, warming through the legs. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Let's take 3 more here. Last one. From here, walking yourself up towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, allow the upper body to cascade over the lower body. And then as you inhale, lifting vertebrae by vertebrae up towards a standing position. When you arrive here, I want you to establish yourself in Samastitihi. So bringing the big toe mounds together, heels slightly apart, rolling the shoulders up, back and down. Ensuring that the pelvis is in a neutral position, so we're not overly arching or hunching through the spine and pelvis, but instead reaching the tailbone down towards the ground and lifting up through the crown of the head. Pressing down with equal pressure through all 4 corners of both feet. Reaching the fingertips down towards the ground so that the arms are active and engaged. Drishti is resting straight ahead of you, unmoving. Deep, steady breathing here as you gently engage the internal lift and energetic locks of the bandhas. From here, we're going to make our way through Surya Namaskar A with 3 breaths for each of the poses. So inhale as you lift the arms, press the palms together. Urdhva Hastasana. Resting your drishti on the thumbs, nowhere else. And on your next exhalation, folding forward, placing either the fingertips or the palms next to the feet. Forward fold drishti towards the tip of the nose, 3 breaths. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening the spine, drishti towards the tip of the nose, shoulders back away from the ears. Totally present in each asana and each transition. You guessed it, 3 breaths in Chaturanga Dandasana, stepping back, lowering down either with the knees or without if you need a bit of support, and holding here for 3 breaths. Elbows at 90 degrees, legs active, core active. And then inhale as you lift yourself up, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, 3 breaths, long through the spine. And then exhaling as we transition into Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths. Again, allow the urge to move the position of hands and feet to pass you. Staying rooted, grounded, and disciplined in the pose. Looking forward, inhale as you hop or step through to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, 3 breaths. Drishti to tip of nose. Exhale, forward fold, 3 breaths, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, palms together, drishti to thumbs, shoulders down away from the ears. Slow, steady breathing. And finally, exhaling to release the hands back down, returning to Samastitihi. Drishti straight ahead, unwavering. Beautiful. From here, we're going to step back into a high lunge, taking the left foot back for a nice long stance. Again, as little faff fidgeting as possible. Inhale, lift the arms for your exalted crescent lunge, drishti towards the thumbs. 5 breaths here. For 1. Aiming to split your mat with the power through both feet. 2. Reaching the fingertips up towards the sky, reaching the energy of the hips down to the ground. 3. Pressing the palms together. 4. 5. Inhale to tip the weight forward, drishti forward, lifting it up, coming into Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana C. You can either keep the arms out in front or reach them back, drishti forward. That's 2. 3, sharp drishti straight ahead, unwavering for 4. And 5. As you exhale, lightly step the back foot down, open it to 90 degrees. Drishti remains exactly where it is. Lift the arms with open hips, now resting the drishti on the front middle finger for Virabhadrasana B. 1. 2. Legs are strong. 3. Super steady breath. 4. And 5. Flipping the front palm, inhale to reverse warrior, drishti to the top hand. Exhale, the drishti follows the hand as you place it to the instep of the right foot, reaching your left hand to the sky. Modified side angle pose. For 2. Drishti to the top hand. For 3. 4 long deep breaths. And 5. As you inhale, drive strength down through the legs, lifting back up to Warrior 2. Exhale to windmill the hands, step back into Chaturanga Dandasana and lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog, lift the gaze. Exhale, downward facing dog, drishti to the knees. Inhale, stepping the feet to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale the arms all the way up. And exhale to release down. Samastitihi. Resist the urge to fidget with the clothes. Let's go second side. This time stepping your right foot back, finding yourself in that high lunge position. Inhale as you lift the arms into your exalted crescent lunge, drishti to the thumbs for 1. 2. With each inhalation, reach the hands taller, and each exhalation, Dig down through the hips and pelvis for 3, 4, drishti unwavering. 5. As you inhale, shifting the weight forward, lifting the back leg for your warrior 3. Again, choosing your variation through the arms. For 1, pressing down through the big toe of the standing foot. 2, find your fixed drishti point. 3, steady the breath, steady the mind. 4, and 5. Lightly step down on the exhalation with the back leg, opening your arms and your back foot to 90 degrees, finding warrior 2. 1, drishti to the front middle finger. 2, steady through the breath. 3, reaching with equal force in opposite directions through the hands. And 5. Flipping the front hand, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, keep the drishti on the hand as you drop it down to the instep of the left foot, reaching the right hand high to the sky. For 1, drishti to the top thumb. 2, strong through the legs. 3, subtle engagement of the bandhas. 4, 5. Exhale, lower the gaze, strengthen through the legs. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to windmill the hands. Step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Slow and steady. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Resist the urge to fidget. From here, exhale as you drop the knees down, untucking the toes, sitting tall for a moment. Again, drishti straight ahead. From here, crossing the legs behind you, rolling over to seated. Ready for 3 rounds, 5 breaths, Navasana. Inhale, either with bent knees or extended. For 1, drishti to the tip of the toes. 2, engage the legs. 3, slow the breath. 4, 5. Crossing the ankles, place the hands down. If possible, keep the ankles and feet off the floor, bringing the knees as close to the shoulders as possible. Inhale just for a 1 breath lift and release. Second round. 1, reaching the fingertips away from you. 2, point the toes. 3, lifting the chest. 4, 5. Cross the ankles the opposite way. Again, hugging as close as you can. Just a 1 second lift. Third and final round. 1, lift the drishti, tip of the toes. 2, squeeze the legs together. 3, steady breath, steady mind. 4, and 5, cross the ankles, final lift, and exhale to lower yourself down into Shavasana, and see if you can land in your Shavasana and immediately sink into stillness. allowing the body to integrate and soak up the discipline that we've cultivated within this short practice. Feel free to continue enjoying your Shavasana, or if, like me, you're just working with a short window of time today, then start to reawaken the body by gently moving through the wrists and the ankles, in with your body in any way that feels nourishing, starting to come back into the day. Perhaps hugging the knees in towards the chest, massaging the lower back a little bit. And then bringing yourself up to seated, whatever seated position works for you. Finally, allowing the eyes to close as you sit tall. Just taking a final few breaths here together. Residing in stillness and focusing the mind in a single pointed direction. Bringing hands together at heart center, bowing your forehead towards your hands in honor of your practice. And thank you from me for joining for this class. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel and on this video. I would love to hear your feedback, and I hope you had a great practice. Namaste.